Good morning! おはようございます、皆さん。How y'all doing today? 今日はどうですか、調子。はい。So woke up. So what brought this on, right? Okay, no. I have to introduce myself first. トランスレーターの上白太一です。まず自己紹介ね。自己紹介忘れてた。I forgot to introduce myself. I'm not sure if I want to speak both Japanese and English today, but I will see how it goes. 今日はドゥール言語にするのかなよくわからんけど、まあ、とりあえずやってみます。So what brought this on was I woke up with like a tweet, right? with someone in Japanese going like, I have no idea what he's saying, but hey, real-time translator. and I'm just like, yeah, I should probably put subtitles, huh? that's what brought this on. That is what brought this on. この配信のきっかけは、まあ、起きたら、なんかツイッターで、これリアルタイム翻訳日記ですけど、何言ってるか全くわからんということだったんで、やってみようかなと多分やった方がいいなと思ったんです。So that's why we're here. Instead of doing Minecraft, we're doing this. This should be pretty fun, I think, right? I think so. Hopeful. I might just be tearing out my hair. We will see. これはなんでマインクラ以外これをしようかなと思ったんです。楽しいのかなわかんないけどやってみます。多分めっちゃげんなりにするかもしれないですけどどうかな。Hi Jeff. Sorry, I keep reading it wrong. Sup Jeff.Alright, well, let's get started. So, thing is, for some reason, YouTube did not auto-generate subtitles for me. I have no idea why. で、なぜかわからんんですけど、YouTube は自動字幕をつけてはくれなかったんですよ。Hi, guys. You see? Nothing. ないです。なんもないです。なぜでしょうわからん。I have no idea why.I saw someone talking about like settings なんか設定の話もなんかちらほら見たんですけどこれチェックマーク入れてるんですよ I mean this is checked so I have no idea so we're gonna be doing it from scratch basically なんで今日は最初からやることになりますSo the key is to see how far I get in 3 hours. なんで3時間でどれぐらいいけるかっていうことになります。どうだろうこれ。わからん。I have no idea how this is gonna go out. I mean, general idea is pretty simple, right? やり方としては結構簡単ですよね。So you put the subtitles here, this is the timing, and that's it, right?ここで字幕入れてタイムをつけてそのものでしょまあやってみなきゃわかんないということなんでやってみましょう there's no telling what it's like without actually doing it so let's do it Hi guys、こんにちはトランスレーターの上白太一です Okay, so that's the first line drag this over here Hi guys. Okay. Hi guys. こんにちは。トランスレーターの上白太一です。I think I'm making this my tagline. I don't know. I don't know if it's a bit cringy or not. これはなんか自分の自己紹介にしようかなと思ってるんですけど、どうかなよくわかんない。You know, like, I drew inspiration for this from, well, you know, all the all the illustrators out there, you know, like, イラストレーターの いですshigureいですyou know so I don't know maybe it's a bit cringy I don't know let's see moving on today I wanted to share with you guys basically how I translate in real time. Okay, next. Today I wanted to share with you guys basically translate in real time. Okay. Done. Next. 終わり。次、これ。これ、なんか簡単ですね。I mean, this looks pretty easy, right? Like, this visual part really helps, I think. By this, I mean, when I go onto Japanese VTubers live streams and I translate in the chat, so people can pick it up through the live TL extension. Okay, so this entire thing is like this. By this, I mean, when I go onto Japanese VTubers live streams and I translate in the chat, so people can pick it up through the live TL extension. If you don't know what it is, almost got it. When I go onto Japanese VTubers live stream, when I go on to Japanese VTubers live streams and I translate in the chat. Put in the chats. So people can pick it up through the live TL extension. So people can pick it up through the live TL extension. Yeah, looks fairly intuitive at least. Yeah, I mean, here we are. We're off to the races. 結構使いやすそうだって。そうですね。そのまま。If you don't know what it is an extension for Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and you can use it on your phone. Okay, I would probably want to put the list into its own line, so let's see if we can do this. Oh, we're making it all the way here. If you don't know what it is, Alright. It is an extension for Chrome, Safari, extension 4. Then we're gonna make a... Ooh, can we not? Chrome, Safari, Firefox. If you don't know what it is an extension for Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and you can use it on your phones as well. I see it. 見える。はい。Fixed. It's on Android and it's in beta on iOS. Your phones as well. It's on Android. Where was the phones as well? FTL extension. If you don't know what it is an extension for Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and you can use it on your right there. And put this right next to it. You can use it on your phones as well. It's on Android and it's in beta on iOS. Last I Oof. Wait, no. It's all the way over here. Last I asked. And what? Right here. ここ Last I asked. And what this does is it picks up translations in YouTube chat and displays it in a pop-up window to so that it's easier to sort of see all the translations. Yeah, this is pretty intuitive. It's just time consuming, it looks like. これ使いやすそうが時間がかかるっぽい。What this does is it picks up translations in YouTube chat and displays it in a pop-up window to so that it's easier to sort of see all the translations. So to clear any misunderstanding, this extension does not provide the translation itself. It only picks up on translations that are in chat. So to clear any misunderstanding, this extension does not provide the translation itself. It only picks up on translations that are in chat, but it's always worth right here. So to clear any misunderstanding, definitely a lot quicker than manual entering a bunch of time codes. That is very true. That's what I had to do for Aegisub. Like, because I only picked it up like more than a week ago. When I was making the video, like there were 3 clips in the video, right? I subbed all of those myself, and that was my first time actually playing around with Aegisubs. This extension does not provide the translation itself. It only picks up on translations that are in chat. So to clear any misunderstanding, this extension does not provide the translation itself. It only picks up on translations that are in chat, but it's always worth keeping it open for a while if you. So clear up any misunderstanding. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of me just checking my own grammar. I have very bad grammar when I speak, apparently. But it's always worth keeping it open for a while if you think there might be a translator on stream. I'm a little surprised they went with their own subtitles and didn't use any of the existing, where you can control positioning, color, etc. Are you talking about YouTube? Like there are others where you can control position and color and stuff while doing YouTube subtitles? I will, of course, if you think there might be a translator on stream. Okay. Next. I will, of course, include the link down in the description below. I believe aside. I will, of course, include the link in the description below. I believe aside from live TL, there's also another one called YouTube YTC filter. That one I'm not familiar with, but I believe aside from live TL, there's also another one called YouTube YTC filter. That one I'm not familiar with. Right here. I'm talking more about the subtitle formats like VOB sub. Not a fan subs of animes use custom fonts, etc. I mean, my understanding has always been that the custom font thing is done with outside programs, right? I mean, this is my first time trying to YouTube one, and I mean, it's true that there's no colors, there's no anything, but well, it is what it is. That one I'm not familiar with, but you know, you can check it out as well. All right. So in my case, I mainly do HoloLive stuff and So in my case, I mainly do HoloLive stuff and specifically Kiryu Coco stuff because she is my like that. I think that's so. In my case, I mainly do HoloLive stuff and specifically Kiryu Coco stuff because she is my washi. Have you tried using Aegisub before? Like for Aegisub, like you could like do the font. You could do like a second font for like karaoke stuff, and then an outline, and then a shadow. So that there's quite a bit. There's a lot more room for customization than here, but you do have to time everything yourself, and yeah, it's a bit annoying to say the least. It wasn't like so like visual like this. Specifically Kiryu Coco stuff because she is my washi. So a lot of the examples I'll be showing will be from Kaisho's content. So a lot of the examples I'll be showing will be from Kaisho's content. Love you. It has been quite a long time since I messed around much with the actual fonts. Just figured if YouTube used Aegisubs or whatever, they would be able to add those to the UI. No, right? That's true. Like, why bother developing your own when you could just use something else, right? Something else that's already out. I think Aegisub is like open source or something, right? That's why it's free, right? But sometimes when there are things that like relay streams, but sometimes when there are things that like relay streams, like such as the New Year's outfit relay stream that happened at the beginning of this year. But sometimes when there are things that like relay streams, like such as the New Year's outfit relay stream that happened at the beginning of this year. I will try to be there and do all of them, but you know. I will try to be there and do all of them, but you know. No promises, and boy am I glad there aren't that many of them. They are a bit tiring to do. It's turning into a pretty quiet stream. I'm basically just working. Feel free to talk about anything. Sorry about that. I honestly had no idea how this would turn out. 結構静かな配信になります。まあ、のんびり作業配信ということになります。I mean, just take it as like a chill, let's work stream. So that's what it's gonna be apparently. No promises, and boy am I glad. Oh, come on, it deleted it. 消しちゃった。No promises, and boy am I glad there aren't that many of them. They are. Boy am I glad there aren't that many of them. They are a bit tiring to do. No problem, there's a first for everything. Thank you. We're talking about the New Year really high stream though. Did I just say New Year really high stream? My brain is dying. My brain is dying. Haishin is Japanese. Japanese New Year. Why is it Japanese? The New Year's relay New Year relay stream. God damn my brain. That was fun. That was fun to do. You know, like the whole excitement thing. It was very exciting. Like to like go to one stream, and it was like half an hour each, right? So half an hour do it, and then like another half an hour to the next person. It was really thrilling to do, which is a weird take. I feel like the way I sort of enjoy the Hololive content is very different from the common person's. Because I think about it from like the perspective of like a translator. Because I rarely watch content without actually translating it. I pretty much, if I'm watching it, I'm giving it my full undivided attention anyways. So then I'm translating it. I wouldn't just sit there and just watch it. So the way I interact with Hololive content is very, very different from the common person's, I think. And so the New Year one was just, it was fun. Clearly everybody enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it in a weird way. Half of those people I've never actually translated for before. You know, it was my first time translating for some of them, and let's say that they have unique speaking patterns. Although this isn't new news to anyone in the fandom, I'm sure. Yeah, that was sort of butsuke honban. Yeah, this is a Japanese word which means to just do something, just be there and just do it right there, without much or any preparation at all. So that was how that happened. Generally it went fine, I think. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that. But afterwards I was so dead. It was like 4 hours total? Was it 4 hours? Damn, it might have been 4 hours. Yeah, there were 8 of them, right? And each one's like half an hour. Yeah, that was 4 hours straight. God damn. But it was fun. It was fun, so that's what it was. They are a bit tiring to do. So alright, let's get started. Let's get right down into it. Oh, about alright. Did you know that this is incorrect? This? Oh, god damn it. Come on. Okay, just like weird key thingies everywhere. But this is incorrect. Apparently. I learned that from my translation work, and then my editor was like, it's incorrect. And I looked it up, and look at this. Alright is not an accepted spelling of alright. It is seen in informal writing. Teachers and editors will always consider it incorrect. That's, you know, if you didn't know that, now you know that. Good practice for translation, I would guess. Yes, it was good practice, and it was good fun, which is always the best thing, where you get practice and you enjoy it. Perfect. So first, things that you need. In this case, you don't really need much. So first, things that you need. I realize I use so a lot when I just speak. There's a lot of so. There's a lot of so. I should probably just delete them all. Should probably just delete them all. I don't speak like that when I'm on stream like this. Yeah, I don't. Why do I add it? I'm so confused. So first, things that you need. In this case, you don't really need much. I do this. On the computer. In this case, you don't really need much. One thing I do wish is that this is bigger. Wait, no. Now I'm typing what I was thinking. In this case, you don't really need much. You know, what if I did this? Okay, no, that would be way too big. That's way too big. Is there no in between? There's no in between. Come on. I do wish that the screen is a bit bigger, so I'm not so, you know, like just a little bit and it's off. Genten minus points. I guess it is similar to people using a lot of uhs and ums in speech while not using them in a more relaxed conversation. I suppose so. Suppose so. Yeah. There's a lot of uhs in this video also, but I don't really say that during speech either. Very strange. Learning things about myself that I never knew. That was most likely because I was reading from a script, apparently. I do this on the computer. I use Windows again. I use Windows again. The details in this video are going to be about Windows only. I have. Yeah. I use Windows again. The details in this video are going to be about. Did I? I killed it. Give me a new one. Asshole. I do this on the computer. I use Windows again. The details in this video are going to be about Windows only. I have no experience. I do this on the computer. I use Windows again. The details in this video are going to be about Windows only. I have no experience whatsoever using Apple or Linux, and I cannot imagine translating real. Here comes the part about the phone translators. I have no experience whatsoever using Apple. Linux, not Linux. Or Linux, and I can. Linux and. Wait, was it like here? Or Linux, and I can. You know what? I'm just gonna do it all. Screw it. Why break it up? Or Linux, and I can. Not imagine translating real life on a phone. Real time on a phone. Real life, my ass. I have no experience whatsoever using Apple or Linux, and I cannot imagine translating real life on a phone. I would tear my hair. I would tear my hair out. So, kudos to those of you who manage it. Just making that clear. So, kudos to those of you who manage it. So I have the stream open. I have a stable connection, and I basically recommend starting a dictionary app just in case you need to look up a word. And that is basically all I need. Okay. Kill the soul. Don't need to sew. I use so much. Nah, I use so much. I have the stream open. I have a stable connection, and I basically recommend starting a dictionary app just in case you need to look up a word. And that is basically all I need. Let's sort of check the gap a little bit. Just in case you need to look up a word. And that is basically all I need. So this is the way I set up my stream. Yeah, I'm deleting all the so's. We don't need all the so's. So this is the way I set up my stream. I set up my screens. I have two monitors, dual monitors. I set up my screens. I have two monitors right here. So this is the way I set up my stream. I set up my screens. I have two monitors, dual monitors. As on my main monitor, on the right one, I have the stream open. Weird random flex. I don't know myself sometimes. As on my main monitor, on the right one, I have the stream open. And on the other, I have half the screen for the dictionary. Just in case. And on the other, I have half the screen for the dictionary just in case, and half the screen for Discord. You want dual CRTs? What are CRTs? What is a CRT? Cathode ray tube? These are old ones, aren't they? It's old ones. What? What are you talking about? You want the bulky screens? No, what is a CRT TV? なんじゃこれ? It's most widely used back before the inflection to flat screen. You're trolling me, right? You're trolling me. You gotta be, right? The Discord is basically just, you know, I like to watch the stream together with other people. They are the old ones. You were trolling me. They're big, but they can have much higher refresh rates. Really? Do you need that much high refresh rate though? I mean, if you're a game, it depends on the game you play, I suppose. So I suspect that if you're watching this video, you're probably plugged into at least one fan Discord or another. So that's just how it is. Go away. The playhead being in the way also is minus points. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Now, as for our pre-stream preparations, there's mainly just they're also good for weight training. I suppose you can't throw them though. You can't throw them though. Are the keyboard shortcuts any good? What do you mean by keyboard shortcuts? Oh, it's keyboard shortcuts here. Let's see if they have any keyboard shortcuts. YouTube, Subtitle, keyboard, shortcuts. Oh. Nah, this doesn't look like it. YouTube, keyboard shortcuts. Now, these look like shortcuts for using YouTube, not for captioning. これか. Is this it? Yeah, everybody gets their automatic subs. I don't know why I didn't get mine. みんな自動的に出てくるんですけど、なぜか私だけない。Shift left. Ah, okay. Shift right for 1 second. Shift space to pause or play. Shift enter, add a new line. Shift enter, edit next subtitle. Shift down. It's all shift. Edit previous subtitle. Alright. I think this one we'll use the most. これ一番使いそう。There's mainly just one thing, the copy paste clipboard. So there's mainly just one thing, the copy paste clipboard. So on Windows, this is the Windows key and V. So no, it's Shift Enter, was it? Shift Enter. No, I didn't have anything. Oh, just press Enter. Don't need Shift. On Windows, this is the Windows key and V. So normally copy paste, when you paste it's Control V, right? But on when you paste it's Control V, right? But on Windows. To do that? Yeah, okay. So normally copy paste, when you paste it's Control V, right? But right here, that's what we want. God damn it. So normally copy paste, when you paste it's Control V, right? But on Shh. What? No, no. Why'd you do that? No. Right? But on Windows, in order to bring up the clipboard itself, it's Windows V. And right? But on Windows, in order to bring up the clipboard itself, it's Windows V. And I will show you later, but this is super important, but I will go into more details later. And I will show you later, but this is super important, but this is super important, but I will go into more details later. And I will show you later, but this is super important, but I will go into more details later. I will also sort of go into the tag.
A whole
The link right below the replay looked like it showed shortcuts. Link right below the replay. What are you talking about? Using a keyboard is cheating. Want me to tell you a trick to time the subtitles? Oi! Oi! 部品じゃねえよ。部品じゃねえ。Okay, tell me the trick. I mean, tell me the trick, please. I'll be nice about it. Tell me the trick, please. I will also sort of go into the tags that you would need. For here, and yeah, but later. Here. I will also sort of go into the tags that you would need for here, and yeah, but later. Check the sound cue on the bottom part. That's what I'm doing. I'm sort of matching this, like these thingies, with this. That's why I'm just generally doing it like this instead of checking the actual numbers. Is that what you're talking about? I was talking about the blue text that said keyboard shortcuts below the YouTube video to the right of the list of subtitles. Ah. Okay, if we click this, is the screen going to go away and are we going to lose everything? Save draft. Click. Oh. Oh. Okay. Zoom in, zoom out. Oh. Oh. Toggle full screen. F. Rewind 10 seconds, fast forward 10 seconds. Increase, decrease. Oh, so much stuff here. When you start talking, the sound visualizer will change. You're basically talking about this, right? Like where there's stuff means there is sound, right? That's what you mean, right? But let's try F. F. No, that's not what we wanted. That's not what we wanted. That is not what. Come on, I wanted this to be in full screen. What's the point of having just this in full screen? So useless. Skynet. Seek backwards by 5 seconds. Shift. You know, we don't need this because we can just click it. We can just click it. So dumb. Global. Zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, that's dumb. Increase the value, decrease the value. Not very helpful. When focused on the timeline, move focus to start handle when focused over an interactive element. Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll just click on it. Focus on player. Decrease volume, increase volume. Beginning, end, whatever. It's kind of. Control plus mouse wheel to global zoom the screen. You talk about tacos? What's... I was almost gonna... Ooh. Is that better? This might be better. This might be better. You might have solved it. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. What? Okay, I confess. I actually don't know what to call you. I don't feel right calling you a low-grade translator. I can't call other people low-grade translator. That's just not nice. What should I call you though? I've never actually asked. Sorry about that. And yeah, but later. And that's pretty much all for preparations. Really, there isn't all that much. And that's pretty much all for preparations. Really, there isn't all that much. Though, if you are and that's pretty much all for preparations. Really, there isn't all that much. Though, if you are translating for a streamer that and that's pretty much all for preparations. Really, there isn't all that much. Though if you are translating for a streamer that you've never translated for before, it is a good idea to Taishi, thank you for live translations. Have an awesome day. Thank you. You have an awesome day too. Professional. Ooh. Call me low. Lamau. Did you used to be able to offer fan subtitles for YouTube videos somehow? Yes. There was community contributions before, but then they killed it. It was a whole thing. There's like a change.org petition and everything. People were like, no, don't take it away. But you know, YouTube took it away, so yes. So dumb. It is a good idea to look them up on the internet. To see if they have a certain name for their fan base. Is it fan base or fan base? Fan base. All right. I see that you make videos without a script. Now suffer yourself making closed captions for it. YouTube removed it because people abused it to plug inappropriate things. Oh, wow, okay. Hi, who this? New phone. Hi, Shio. New phone. This is your dad. Sorry, that wasn't funny. It is a good idea to look them up on the internet to see if they have a certain name for their fan base. Because otherwise, you know, it'll be like a random word that comes up and you wouldn't recognize it. And because otherwise, you know, it'll be like a random word that comes up and you wouldn't recognize it. And that's just, you know, a quick Google would have solved that. And also because otherwise, you know, it'll be like a random word that comes up and you wouldn't recognize it. And that's just, you know, a quick Google would have solved that. Boom. Boom. Keep going. And also see if they have any like a certain introduction that they use. If there is, then you can and also see if they have any like a certain introduction that they use. If there is, then you can coming up to the really cringy part. If there is, then you can just keep that on the clipboard, but just all the way at the very bottom because you only use it once, you know. The community contributed closed captions was removed because top YouTubers were getting their channels spammed with fans trying to advertise themselves. Oh, is that why? Damn it. Well, that's stupid. That's stupid. We need it a lot for like, you know, like Korean and Japanese content, but that's... Can't they just disable it? Why'd they have to remove it for everybody? めっちゃめんどくさそう。めんどくそうです。めんどくそうですけど、まあ楽しいかな。If there is, then you can just keep that on the clipboard, but just all the way at the very bottom because you only use it once, you know. There is, then you can just keep that on the clipboard, but just all the way at the very bottom because you only use it once, you know. A very good example be a very good there is, then you can just keep that on the clipboard, but just all the way at the very bottom because you only use it once, you know. A very good example. Here it comes. Why did I do it really? You know, a very good example being Hoshimachi Suisei, you know. Why I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? You know, a very good example being Hoshimachi Suisei, you know. Yeah. I'm not translating this shit. Hoshimachi Suisei. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Don't do that. Oh no, Taishi. You know I'm a clipper. It's kind of a bummer though. The captions would have really helped for some. I know. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. It would help adoption of smaller Japanese creators, probably. Yeah. Where is the thing? Doko desu ka? Doko desu ka? Alright. No, it doesn't have to kill mo. Sui-chan wa kawaii. Where did I get it from? Not this wiki. Not this wiki. This wiki, probably. There we go. In quotations, because this is not me. Ah, boy. And we have to listen to it to check the time. God damn it. 彗星のごとく現れたスターの原石、アイドル VTuber の星町彗星です。彗ちゃんは今日もかわいい。You know, yes. Okay, right here. And we're not gonna listen to that ever again. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that. Or some way to limit the amount of people who are allowed to add CC. You know, there's so many ways they could have done it, right? They could have made all the videos have like disabled CC by default, and then they could enable it if the video wanted it to. But you know, I guess maybe they don't want to use the money to maintain that function. They would need to keep it updated, maybe. It's gone. It is what it is. Yeah. That's a very long impression. That's a very long oh my god. I'm dying there. Sorry for the weird impression. Otherwise, you're good to go. Sorry for the weird impression.めちゃくちゃ可愛いよね。スイちゃんね。うん。スイちゃんは可愛いね。うん。It's beautiful. I've been watching this for 5 hours now. What? Otherwise, you're good to go. Nothing else. Not this video, I hope not. Otherwise, you're good to go. Nothing else much really to prepare. Nothing else much really to prepare. So let's move right on to showing you the actual examples. So let's move right on to showing you the actual examples. Yes, it's coming up with the clip, and I don't have to sub for the clip because I subbed it already. So let's move right on to showing you the actual examples. First is the most basic kind of example, the one where it's first is the most basic kind of example. The one where it's just the streamer talking. For example, the one first is the most basic kind of example, the one where it's just the streamer talking. For context, this one is Miko's stream on for context, because context is everything. Context is king. Petition to add for that. Kyakka. No. I'm editing the clip now. I'm titling it as when a live translator sims for another live translator. What are you doing? いいんですよ。僕も日本語わからないだから。I was gonna move on after reading it, but then I was like, wait a second. You're a translator. ちょい待て。ちょっと待て。ちょっと待て。何言ってんの? What are you saying? For context, this one is Miko's stream on the 25th of March when she was having, the so-called strategy meeting where she was planning out pranks to play on Marine. Was planning pranks to play on. I read it as Marine. I read it as Marine. Oh my god. English. Too much English. Too English. Too English at that. Too English with an ED. For context, this one is Miko's stream on the 25th of March when she was having, the so-called strategy meeting where she was planning out pranks to play on Marine. Okay. I can speak and understand the language, but I can't read or write the moon runes. Speak and understand. Can't read or write. If by write you mean by hand, then I'm actually with you there. If you mean by typing, I call bullshit. Your comment was in Japanese. During the upcoming weekend sleepover. So, oops. During the upcoming weekend sleepover. So Miko was taking suggestions from chats, and this was part of that. Miko was taking suggestions from chats, and this was part of that. And then I don't have to sub this part because I subbed it all. Yay! Okay, now we have to. Okay, now we have to go really, really far. Where's it going? Here? Still going on? Still going on. Still going on. It's a whole minute. Yes! Nah.
配信中になんかやりたいの配信中に
Alright, and that's where I come back in. Yes. Okay, so that was the entire. Oi! Oi! No! What's happening? No! Where's. No, I'm very confused. Where did everything go? Where did all the... What? What is this? Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. わかった。わかっちゃった。Yes. Okay, let's find it. Come on! Let's find it again. Here. What is this? 6:39:20. 6:39:20. Boom. And then this would just whatever 40 whatever. Yes. And then this is this right?
なんかやりたいのはい
Hi. やりたいね。よっしゃー Back in. God damn it. It's so sensitive, this thing. Come on! Like, it shifts whenever I let go of the mouse button. As you break the long sentence apart, it blocks the whole video. Bad editing. I think that's just because the video is looking really small right now. But I would go back and look at it later. I suppose I could do the breaking. But right, I mean, I can't type it out. I usually use Google Voice typing for Japanese. Ah, interesting. I can't speak it, but I understand and write it a bit by hand. Okay, now you the pro. Do you two know how to perform the DBZ fusion dance? Writing it by hand is much harder than actually typing it. Because typing it, you don't actually need to remember the kanji. So, wow. Good on you. Okay, so that was the entire clip. Let's sort of go over a little bit of what we've seen. So this is again the okay, so that was the entire okay, so that was the entire clip. Let's over here. Go away, playhead. Dumb. Let's sort of go over a little bit of what we've seen. So this is the let's sort of go over a little bit of what we've seen. So this is the again. So this is the again the most basic type of stream. You honestly most basic type or most basic kind? So this is the again the most basic type of stream. Type of stream. You honestly only need two. You honestly only need two things. Let's see if I can bring it back to where I showed the clipboard. I mean, if I have a VTuber model, I'd do the fusion dance with Taishi. And what will we become? That's the question. Let's see if I can bring it back to where I showed the clipboard. There we go. Just saying, I've never actually watched DBZ. I've never watched Dragon Ball before. You know, it's been a while. Not gonna say any more about that. For fear of insulting everybody. There we go. So you only need two, right? EN. Which is the tag that live TL. So you only need two, right? EN. EN, which is the tag that live TL picks up, and then the streamer's name.
en, which is the tag that LiveTL picks up, and then the streamer's name. So in this case, Miko.
Low plus Taishi equals premium grade Taishi. That sounds very attractive. I would like to be a premium grade Taishi, yes. It's hard to write, but I completely disregard the stroke order. Makes it 100% easier. And writing it beforehand with the IME to check the kanjis. The part of me that doesn't know, the part of me that isn't good with writing kanji agrees with that. But my upbringing as a Hong Konger fiercely disagrees with that. I was born up where I had to learn how to write Chinese for the 1 year in kindergarten and then for first grade before I moved. We had homework and shit. Stroke order was extremely important. So that part of my upbringing is like, no man, you need to stroke order. But then there's another part of me which, the after first grade part of me, which is like, I don't know stroke orders either. See, but the thing is though, listen. If you don't know stroke order, you can't look stuff up. You can't look the word up on dictionaries because dictionaries use stroke order. And so I've never been able to do it properly. Because the dictionaries, they search the word for you. And like if you don't know a word and you can't copy and paste into the dictionary and you want to write it so that the dictionary understands what it is, and you used an incorrect number of strokes, for example, you break up strokes where you're not supposed to. Here. See, for example, door, right? So that's the correct number of strokes. But if you break it up where you're not supposed to, like for example, this is 1 stroke, but if you don't know, and make it 1, 2, 3 strokes, it's not gonna recognize it. See here. 1, 2, 3, and then it gives you all these other weird ones. So stroke order is sort of important. I'm Chinese, I learn pinyin, so I die whenever kanji comes in. Yeah, I never actually got to pinyin. Yeah. Alright.
En, which is the tag that LiveTL picks up, and then the streamer's name. So in this case, Miko. Then the other one is en, comment.
Oops, all Japanese.
The other one is en, comment. Comments, you pretty much will only use like a little bit, like once in a while, because
so that was a grammatically incorrect sentence. Stupid Taishi. What am I gonna do about this?
Comments, you pretty much will only use like a little bit, like once in a while, because mainly it's streamers. Only like a little bit, like once in a while, because mainly it's streamers. Is the streamer talking? Right? Comments, you pretty much will only use like a little bit, like once in a while, because mainly it's streamers. Is the streamer talking, right? So
Go away, playhead. Jama. Whenever I see chika, my brain reads it as dixia. Dixia. Okay, clearly I don't know pinyin either. I think that's dixia, right? Dixia. Xia. Yeah, I think that's right. Tell me if it's right. I would. So for me, because I'm not as exposed to the whole Chinese thing. It depends on what mode my brain is in. So I would read as chika, right? If my brain is in Japanese mode, but if I'm outside, like I'm riding the MTR, if I'm riding the underground train, I would just normally pronounce it as Deiha. So yeah. Cause that's another thing. I don't know Mandarin. I don't really know Mandarin. Here in Hong Kong, we speak Cantonese, so there's that. So complicated, right? So mainly you're gonna be using this one, and every once in a while they will pick up something from chat. Right? So mainly you're going to be using this one, and every once in a while they will pick up something from chat. And then that's when you use comment. Right? So mainly you're going to be using this one, and every once in a while they will pick up something from chat, and then that's when you use comment. I don't speak Cantonese either. Lei hai bingo. Hey, I sort of could read it. Who are you, right? Cantonese has its own romanization system, so I personally prefer the one with numbers. But so there's a system with numbers, and there's a system with like itches and stuff. I'm not too clear on it. I can't go into detail without googling it and stuff. But yeah. And the thing is, when I read Cantonese romanization, I need to pronounce it out loud, because so Cantonese has 6 sounds, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each one is a different tone, which I'm sure you know, because you know Mandarin. But we number it by number, and then each one is a different sort of melodic thing. Like for example, if I use the lei from just now, so it'll be lei. 1 would be lei, 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 lei. So that's the 6 of them. Lei, 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 lei. So that's the 6 tones in Cantonese, and then they have 3 extra ones, which are just like short ones, which is lei, lei, lei. So that's why people would say Cantonese is like a weird melodic language. That's why that happens. But normally when they keep talking, you only need this one, so you wouldn't even need to bring up the clipboard. It's Control V. But normally when they keep talking, you only need this one, so you wouldn't even need to bring up the clipboard. It's yes, I know that feeling when your brain is in Japanese mode, but then someone asks you something in English and you answer in Japanese. Yes, languages. You know, one thing I like to do is I like to mix languages together when I speak. This wouldn't be... Sometimes I would have a brain fart and then the languages would get mixed up. Like, for example, I think at the beginning of this stream, I mentioned live high stream. Yeah. I mentioned live high stream. Because, you know, that's high stream. But normally that doesn't happen all that often. Sometimes, maybe. I don't know. What are you talking about?
But normally when they keep talking, you only need this one, so you wouldn't even need to bring up the clipboard. It's just Control V. Control V. The clipboard is just Control V. That's clipboard right there. To bring up the clipboard, it's just Control V. Just paste. Just Control V, Control V, Control.
Ah, dear. Am I gonna add
Control V, Control V, Control V. Streamer's name, Control V.
What is wrong with me?
Streamer's name, Control V. Control V. Streamer's name, Control. Control V. Streamer's name, Control V. Streamer's name, and then type. Just Control V, Control V, Control V. Streamer's name, Control V. Streamer's name, and then type. Enter. Done.
Nah, screw this. Control V, streamer's name. Yeah, it sounds stupid. I can't stay for the stream, but I wanted to thank you for your hard work in translating. I saw you translate like lightning on the stream. I was very impressed. It was an instant sub. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by, Emanon. Thank you for enjoying it. I know 3 languages, German, English, and Japanese. You can make some funny combinations of them. Ooh. Yes. Yes. Oh no, Taishi, you know I'm a clipper. Screw you! Screw you! You saw nothing!
Just Control V, Control V, Control V. Streamer's name, Control V. Streamer's name, and then type. Enter. Done.
Right there. There we go. Looks good. I had no idea what you're talking about, Lo. So about German and Japanese, right? I always found it funny, like Japanese's obsession with German, like with the funniest example. Not funny. The example that I remember most is I don't know if you guys probably know the series Kill la Kill, right? The anime series. Damn it. Kill la Kill. Oh, it's their first original. Wow. Okay. There was like a song in there which was like just German, but it was like bad German according to all the YouTube searching that I did. German song. But it sounded very cool. Blumenkranz. Yeah. I like that one. I did like it. I did like it. High streaks. Yes. Now if everybody can spread that usage. High stream. That would be funny.
Now on the surface level, this sounds like the easy situation, right? It's just Now on the surface level, this sounds like the easy situation, right? It's just one person talking and then just only it's just one person talking and then just only just every once in a while. But it's just one person talking and then just only just every once in a while. But not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because yes, Taishi without context. Gonna spread it on our virtual YouTubers. Go ahead. Go ahead. I will have coined a word and I will be proud of it. Because the streamer is doing all the talking, they can talk very fast. And I believe they can talk very fast. Some examples include Sencho and Pecora. Sencho and Pecora. Oh my god. Pecora desu. Pecora desu ya. Pecoraじゃねえよ. Because the streamer is doing all the talking, they can talk very fast. And I believe some examples include Sencho and Pecora. Or they could digress, which I've seen Coco do every once in a while. Doitsu no sekai Itishi? Yeah, German anime is funny but strange sometimes. Blumenkranz is what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. For example, the streamer might be sharing a story about what happened during the day, and then halfway through, they pick up on sharing a story about what happened during the the day, and halfway through, they pick up. And halfway through, they pick up on a comment and they react to it. And halfway through, they pick up on a comment and they react to it. You know, or they might have moved on already, talking about the next thing, but then a good comment scrolls past. Or they might have moved on already, talking about the next thing, but then a good comment scrolls past, and then they return to the previous topic again for a little bit. When that happens again for a little bit. Ah, shit. Topic again for a little bit. When that happens,
oh, come on, Taishi. German is easy. Just try it. Yeah, you wish. You wish. I'm the last person who will ever underestimate a language. That's not something you will ever see me do. Sorry for the broken Japanese. I'm on my phone. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm the last person you will ever catch underestimating a language because languages are ridiculously annoying. Like I've already more than learned my lesson from English, Japanese, Cantonese, Mandarin. I know a little bit of Thai, and then like little tiny sprinklings of like random languages like Korean and yeah, just basic Korean. The rest I wouldn't even say I know anything, but no, man, languages are hard. And anyone who says like, yeah, just go pick it up, just learn something new, you know, they have no idea what they're talking about. No idea. When that happens, I recommend, my personal recommendation is that you add a so. To the start, just so that, you know, when that happens, I recommend, my personal recommendation is that you add a so to the start. So to the start, just so that, you know, people see that it's a sort of break in the flow of conversation. Just so that, you know, people see that it's a sort of break in the flow of conversation. If it's a pretty big detour though, add a little bit. Add a little bit more information, so, you know, like for example, if it's a pretty big detour though, add a little bit more information, so, you know, like for example, a little bit more information, so, you know, like for example, you know, EN, the streamer's name, and then so
for example, Ian, the streamer's name, and then so about Papa Dragon. German and Japanese, Saga of Tanya the Evil Yojo Senki. Was that German? Yeah, that was German also, wasn't it? How much German was there in that series? German cover. Loss. Oh, you're talking about the OP. Official German dub. Oh dear. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Why? My favorite English sentence is buffalo, 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 buffalo. I don't get it. Wakanai. Like for example, Ian, the streamer's name, and then so about Papa Dragon. Blah 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 blah. Twitter. Blah blah. Like for example, Ian, the streamer's name, and then so about Papa Dragon. Blah 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 blah. Twitter. Blah blah blah, whatever, things like that. Things like that. Whatever, things like that. So another way that these talking streams could be hard would be if the streamer goes really in depth. So another way that these talking streams could be hard would be if the streamer goes really in depth about a topic you have no idea about. Kaicho's So another way that these talking streams could be hard would be if the streamer goes really in depth about a topic you have no idea about. Kaicho's really fond of the whole Furusato Nose system. I speak 5 languages. I almost know 3 languages. I'm fluent in the other 2. Damn. I find learning to speak Japanese very complicated, and my tongue doesn't really want to cooperate most of the time. Yeah, the tongue. Not much can be done about the tongue. My experience with my tongue not working is the R's. I can't roll my tongue. I can't do like yeah, I can't roll my tongue. It just won't do it. It won't do it for me. Okay. The Furusato Nose. I remember Taishi came in Discord asking what the fuck that is. Yes. Kaicho's really fond of the whole Furusato Nose system. She mentioned it. Furusato. Zato nano?
ふるさとですよね。納税、ふるさと。
Kaicho is really fond of the whole Furusato Noze system. She mentioned it quite a bit during on stream, sort of near the beginning of the year.
Okay, this one, go away. All the way.
Mentioned it quite a bit during on stream, sort of near the beginning of the year. It's the whole hometown tax payment system, which I believe it's just a Japan thing. First time she mentioned it.
Low out here flexing his language skills. 5 is impressive. I can barely keep up with 3 languages. 5 is incredibly impressive, man. Damn. Rolling the R is easy. To say ru really fast without the u. Dude. Unless you have a really short tongue, then you're probably not famous with the girls. Yes, I don't have a girlfriend. I want a girlfriend, but you know, that's not what we're talking about here, right? I don't think my tongue is short. How do you do the ru sound without an u? Exhale and let the breath do the work. No, now you're just getting weird sounds from me. No, we're not doing this.
First time she mentioned it, I had no idea what she was talking about. I had to go look it up. I had to go look it up. After the stream, though.
I mean, it does sound like a pretty good system, Furusato Noze, you know. You get shit for it, which is, yeah. You get shit for your taxes, which is, I mean, normally, I suppose that's how taxes work, but it's good that you can have, like, something actually tangible on hand.
So I don't really have any advice for dealing with this kind of thing when it happens on stream. Because it boils down to how good you are at doing impromptu research under pressure. Because, you know, because it boils down to how good you are at doing impromptu research under pressure. Because, you know, you're gonna be translating the I saw a video on it where they basically said the more clips. Hold on, give me a second. I think someone pinged my door. Someone's at my door, I think. Nope, I gotta mute it first. We are back. 宅配便でした。That was delivery dude. Delivery dude. It's kind of a cool shrinking effect when leaving the camera. I know, right? I'm actually liking VTube Studio quite a lot. VTube Studio support. Because it boils down to how good you are at doing impromptu research under pressure. Because, you know, you're gonna be translating the entire time, right? You're gonna be translating the entire time, right? You're typing. That's you're gonna be translating the entire time, right? You're typing. That's pressure. I made it sound like pressure, but it's not really actual pressure, right? That's pressure to sort of keep time with the streamers talking. Depends on how fast you can do research under those circumstances. Any advice for live translating? Kiara's German streams were funny to live translate, but really hard. Well, I mean, this whole video is sort of meant to be advice for live translating. Petition to add to the part to Electric Boogaloo. What's Electric Boogaloo? The meme? I'm a little bit leery of showing random sites right now. I don't know what sites I'm allowed to show and what I'm not, so I'm just gonna move on. Pick up, like, get like a new Google Chrome tab. Search under those circumstances, you know, pick up, like, get like a new Google. Get like a new Google Chrome tab and just do it real quickly. Chrome tab and just do it real quickly. I personally am very bad at that, so I normally just wait for the topic to be over. Over. And that's just it. That movie got no love until 40 years later. I'm precious. Means a reference to repeating something or getting another incarnation. What? I'm a little bit more confused now, but moving right on. But yeah, so that is the most basic situation. Now let's take a look at a more unique example. Now let's take a look at a more unique example. For context, this one is Suisei's birthday. Context, this one is. So I'm never actually sure what to call her. What do you guys call her? Suisei or Sui-chan? I don't know, man. Suisei's birthday and anniversary Totsumachi stream from the 22nd of March. Here we go. And we have a whole clip, so we don't have to do that either. Yes. And I messed up a little bit here. I forgot to get this thing off the thing before playing the clip, but you know, whatever. I got it off soon enough. Nah. Okay, and we're back. 12:05:48. 12:05:48. And then this we can just do whatever. 50. Okay. 7. There we go. Come on back in. This part again. またこれか。ちょっとだけ。ちょいだけ。Wait, no. We went all the way back. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Right there. Oh, that made me sweat a lot. So dumb. Okay, so that was the clip. Let's break it down a little bit. So I live translate on my phone, but most of the time on my PC. On phone it's really hard. Yeah, dude, there you go. I don't know how to do it. I call her Sui-chan. Sui-chan. I suppose she's really pushing it though, right? Yeah, like when Lami called in, like in the clip that I used, when Lami called in, she's like, Suisei senpai, and then she was like, Sui-chan da yo.
She's really pushing it. I guess that's that. That or psychopath, I suppose.
Let's break it down a little bit. So this is the kind of stream called a totsumachi stream. Right, so like I translate the totsumachi as call. So like I totsumachi stream, right? So like I translate the totsumachi as call-in streams. So these are as call-in streams. So these are streams where, aside from the main streamer, you have people that are calling in. Right? So the thing about these streams is when the voice comes in, sometimes you wouldn't recognize who it is, you know. You know, nobody's gonna blame you. Recognize who it is, you know. Definitely my trauma from Robert's stream talking. Yeah, that traumatized me a little bit. Nobody's gonna blame you. But normally in these situations, what happens is the main streamer will introduce who it is that has just called, right? Normally that who it is that has just called, right? Normally that involves saying their full name out loud. And they might have icons ready too, like this. This is pretty common. It's grammatically wrong. The thing about these streams, the thing is,
that. The thing about these streams is that sometimes you wouldn't recognize who it is. I think that's what you wanted, right? This is pretty common. Or sometimes they would invite the caller to introduce themselves. Or sometimes they would invite the caller to introduce themselves. That might also happen, and that is where you get the name from. So what you to introduce themselves. That might also happen, and that is where you get the name from. So what you do where you get the name from. So what you do is you quickly quickly type out their name and add it to clipboard. So what you do is you quickly type out their name and add it to clipboard. An example. An example being, let's see. An example being, let's see the right there. Saすが翻訳さん。さすがなのかな。ありがとうございます。Oh dear. Why did I do that again? Why does it move when I let go of the mouse button? Ugh, so dumb. Easy, that's what I did right there. So I typed it out. Control A to select it all. Then Control C to copy it. Easy, that's what I did right there. So I typed it out, Control A to select it all, then Control C to copy it. And copy it. And then, click once to type out the rest of whatever it is. So if the thing about grammar is I'm not very good at grammar, to be honest. I do the translating, but then and this is not good, but my editor picks up quite a bit of the slack. I can't remember, small weird grammar thingy rules. It's just a lot of the times I translate just whatever feels right. And then I do go back and edit it. But sometimes they catch stuff. And I'm like, ooh, should have known that. Grammar is hard. If the streamer is taking a while to identify who's coming, for example, the caller starts off right off the bat. If the streamer is taking a while to identify who's coming, for example, the caller starts off right off the bat, with a joke. If the streamer is taking a while to identify who's coming, for example, the caller starts off right off the bat, with a joke, and then the main streamer is reacting to it. And then the main streamer is reacting to it, laughing, doing whatever. It's taking a while, and you need and then the main streamer is reacting to it, laughing, doing whatever. It's taking a while, and you need something to put in here. I suppose you can just put a question mark. Damn it. How far did it go? Wow, and you need something to put in here. I suppose. Yeah, actually, that was yeah, nice job, right there, perfect. I'm no good at. Let me see. It moves because you're trying to let go in the middle of two chunks of the whole scroll bar. So the software tried to decide which is the chunk closest to where you want it to go. Well, the software is shit at deciding where I wanted to go. God damn it. He said when you translate using a phone, autocorrect helps you a lot. No good at typing on a phone. It autocorrects incorrectly too much and can't enter text anywhere near as fast as script. That's me. That is me. Jeff is me. That's right. If it wouldn't fuck up the most OG the times, but when it functions, it's really helpful. Yeah, no, I cannot do it on a phone. I suppose you can just put a question mark, EN question mark. That works, I suppose. That works, I suppose. And another thing I wanted to show here is the let's see if you can see it here. And another thing I wanted to show here is the let's see if you can see it here. Right there. That was a weird sound I made. Right there. See, this is an example of what I mentioned before.
This is an example of what I mentioned before, where you copy the sort of characteristic, distinctive phrasing that they have. This is an example of what I mentioned before, where you copy the sort of characteristic, distinctive phrasing that they have before the stream.
It's a new line. Okay.
If phrasing that they have before the stream, and then so when it happens, you can just paste it. Done.
You'll see how I work tonight, Lamau. I'll try to find a collab to give a multi-person TL. Poggers. But I'm mostly known to live TL for small VTubers, so you might find someone new. Looks like Sheehan is going to have a collab in 8 hours. Hollow stars. Hollow stars. Go support them, I suppose. I wouldn't know though.
You can just paste it. Done. Otherwise,
I mean, it would be cool if you would do it for like a small VTuber, and then like so you do it for the small VTuber, and then I react to that, and then so that, you know, gives them double the exposure. Though I don't know how much exposure I can provide.
otherwise, you know, there's no way to translate this sort of stuff right off the bat. It's just not possible. Okay, next thing I want to talk about with this. Okay, next thing I want to talk about with this clip is in between colors, right? Here. Right. Here. Oh, and you probably have noticed by now, but
Oh right, my shit editing skills.
oh, and you probably have noticed by now, but this clip is 3 different parts of the same stream. I'm sorry. The same stream. I'm sorry. My editing skills are very shit. I literally just spliced them together. I'm sorry, my editing skills are very shit. I literally just spliced them together. Nice. I'm gonna sleep now. It's 5 a.m. and I need to work at 9 a.m. Good night. Good night. Good night. That laugh was painful. You telling me. You telling me. God, I literally just spliced them together. That's yeah. I don't know how to edit. Moving on.
でしょ。お、次の人がちょっと来てくれそうな
Okay,
気
so
配
this
を
is
察
the
知。
second clip starting. Ooh, what am I doing here? I'm talking on top of the thing. Ooh.
来てくれそうな
Okay,
気
so
配
this is
を
the
察知。
second clip starting.
来てくれそうな気配を
Starting
来てく
right here.
れそうな気配を察知。
So Lammy comes in. Shit, what did I do? Shit, what did I do? Is it? So Lammy comes in. Stopping right there. Oh yeah, I should clip that laugh. It makes a great ending card. Dude! Anyone else want to see this joke? You guys are gonna kill me. You guys are gonna kill me. I suppose it's on, when it's once something is on the internet, it doesn't come back down again, huh? Stopping right there. You see. So second thing that's important to do in Totsumasi Totsumachi streams is to delete the previous one. Yeah, just going over this, there's quite a lot that is probably gonna get memed, I suppose. Delete the entry in the clipboard of the previous color. So that is a bad sentence. Dude, I'm editing my own language. God damn it. The reason for that is because if you... Wait, where was it? The reason... The reason for that is because if you don't, if you keep adding to it, so if I didn't do this, and I just, if you keep adding to it, so if I didn't do this and I just added Lammy's name to the top. So if I didn't do this and I just added Lammy's name to the top, the main streamer's name would just get keep getting pushed down. Main streamer's name would just keep getting pushed down. The weird surround sound side there. I don't know what's with my mic. All right, keep getting pushed down, and that's not desirable because it gets harder and harder to read. And that's not desirable because it gets harder and harder to reach. You see this pin one? I guess you can use subtitle edit to control caption position of subtitles in YouTube via a specific format. EBU STL. Subtitle edit. What's subtitle edit? We're gonna have to think about that later. Worry about that another time. You see this pin one? You would think what this does is in one. Hold this at the top, right? But you would think what this does is hold this at the top, right? But that's not what. This at the top, right? But that's not what it does. Subtitle Edit is an open source subtitle editor from Nixie. So this is basically like a program. So it's like Aegisub. What's DK? A little bit curious about that. All right. Okay. It is a thing. Persian. Did I just see Persian? That people still speak Persian? Who speaks Persian? Interesting. All it does is when you click clear all, so say if Miko was pinned and I did clear all, if Miko was pinned, all it does is when you click clear all, so say if Miko was pinned and I did clear all, everything would be deleted except for Miko. So all it does is when you click clear all, so say if Miko was pinned and I did clear all, everything would be deleted except for Miko. So that's what the pin does. It does not So that's what the pin does. It does not lock it in position in the clipboard. So it's useless in would be deleted except for Miko. So that's what the pin does. It does not lock it in position in the clipboard. So it's useless in sort of this context. In sort of this context. So it's important to
DK is Denmark. All right. Damn, this is a bit tiring, man. And how far are we? We're halfway. We're only halfway. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think after the stream, I'll probably work on it by myself off stream. And then I still had plans to put into Japanese, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's important to delete the previous color's name because otherwise, another reason would be it just leaves a chance of you accidentally picking up the It's important to delete the previous color's name because otherwise another reason would be it just leaves a chance of you accidentally picking up the wrong name from the clipboard, right? And that it's important to delete the previous color's name because otherwise another reason would be it just leaves a chance of you accidentally picking up the wrong name from the clipboard, right? And that would just be wrong. So it's always a good idea to leave a clean working space. That's just how it is. Now, I do have a sort of
bad example, an example of failure. Bad example. An example of failure that we'll share with you guys. So example of failure that we'll share with you guys.
I would hope the next language is easier since all the text locations are defined. That would be the hope. Yes. A lot of the time was spent timing this shit. Timing is kind of annoying. But yeah. And then, yeah, my Japanese isn't the very best. It's a little bit scuffed. And you know what? It would be funny. It would be funny if I did bad Japanese translations on my own video and then that gets picked up and then Kaicho laughs at me for it. That would be so bad. Oh my god.
So I did try to translate for Roberto's Bruce 3D review stream, right?
And then she'd be like, "Stop it with the shitty Japanese!" And then I'll just be like, "I'm not even using deep DL."
And I feel so bad about this.
You could play like Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh and just change random words into English. I'm afraid I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh. I didn't grow up with Yu-Gi-Oh.
He had a Totsumachi section. And then what happened was they had 3 people calling it at the same time. Calling it at the same time. And me, I've never translated for any Hollow Stars before. You know, it's I don't have time to watch so many things. For any Hollow Stars before. You know, it's I don't have time to watch so many things. I don't have time to watch .
so many things. But I don't know what came over. But I don't know what came. Come to think of it, I don't really have much of a childhood. Which is a terrible thing to say. No. My childhood was basically just books. That's what I did. I read a lot of books. We didn't really have TV, didn't really have sweets, didn't really have soft drinks. My parents were pretty strict on that. But I had books. I could read as many books as I wanted. I don't know what came over me. I thought I could translate for the stream. So my childhood was Hardy Boys, Brian Jacques. I don't know if you guys have heard of him before. Brian Jacques. Ooh, I loved his book so much. The Red Wall series. That was literally my first ever chapter book. I don't know why I picked it up, but I saw the cover and it sounded interesting. I read the synopsis, it sounded interesting, and bam, that was my first chapter book. And after that, there was no turning back. It was just all books for me. I did not recognize the voices. And 3 of them called in at the same time. So, yeah, that did not go well. Not well at all. Yeah, that did not go well. Not well at all. Not well at all. Red Wall's the one with the mice. Yes! You know it! I logged into Michael Crichton, Sphere, Jurassic Park. Okay, I don't know those. Jurassic Park I also don't really know. Jurassic Park is a book? That's just a movie. As a book, huh? Yeah, but Red Wall is the one with the mice. With the mice and the hares and the otters and the... Oh man, it was such a colorful world with all the riddles and stuff. I loved it. Like, for me, that was like, now that is fantasy. That is fantasy. I absolutely loved it. I don't regret my childhood. Like, I read a lot of really, really good books. I just sat there going, you know, because if I don't know what to tag, I can't translate. I just sat there going, you know, because if I don't know what to tag, I can't translate. The movie is based on the book. Ah, I see. Makes sense. Makes sense. book series. It's a whole series. Ah. The book sequel, also a film from both books that are ultimately not utilized in either of previous films. I see. Okay, so it's just one book, is it? Or is it two books? Is there a third book? Ah, he wrote it, but it's not. So there are two books. I see. Yeah, I think more kids should lose themselves in books instead of what they do these days. Books are good. Yeah, you do. Yeah, books are very good. There's a lot to learn from books. That it's the things that you learn from books are different from things that you learn from, say, YouTube videos. It's a very different presentation. It's a very different style. It's books are good. At the end, somebody on Discord recommended that I use EN judges. So that's what I did, but judges. So that's what I did, but I mean, I don't have any advice for this. This is just an for this. This is just an example of failure. Of failure. And it's that's a kind of thing that might happen. So and it's that's a kind of thing that might happen. So be aware. Think about it. And that's a kind of thing that might happen. So be aware. Think about it, I suppose. All right, and Jurassic Park equals Dino Revival. All right. Spherical mysterious object from space that's at the bottom of the ocean. Andromeda strain is about a virus that's loose in town. Oh no, that's too recent. They're worth checking out if you like sci-fi. I'm afraid I'm not actually that big a fan of sci-fi. Fantasy is more my jam. So give me all the red wall. Yeah. I have seen some recommendations that really go the distance with learning a language is read some novels in that language. Dude, yes. Read lots of novels in that language. A lot of novels. The whole thing with learning a new language is immersion, right? So you have to immerse yourself in a language. That's the way it is. So watch stuff. So normally I recommend to people that they watch stuff because it's easier to digest. But if they're actually serious about learning a language, reading books is also very, very important. For like adults, people recommend people look at adults and they go like, oh, read newspapers, because they think, adults, they want to use better use of their time. Combine, learning, reading stuff to learn a new language with keeping yourself updated. But reading books teaches you cultural stuff about the way the language is used. And that is actually a very, very good suggestion as well. So if they're serious about it and if they have time, reading a book. Reading many books. Yes. All right, and then we are moving on to our last example. So all right, and then we are moving on to our last example. So our last example is a very niche example, but it's helpful in demonstrating a point. Our last example is a very niche example, but it's helpful in demonstrating a point. All right, looks like we're about to head into our last example here, which seems like, I suppose, as good a place as any to stop, to call it quits with this stream. So, yeah, this took a lot longer than I expected. The timing's really getting to us. We're only about halfway done. We spent 3 hours on this. Wow. Yeah, I underestimated it very much. General conclusion about this whole thing is, I really like the visual parts. This thing is a bit wonky. Don't like that. As people mentioned before, you can't change the colors, you can't change the position very well, so it's missing that. But in sort of like with the basics of what a subtitle thing needs, I suppose this is as good as any, pretty much. I mean, this really helps, having this like as a visual thing to see where I'm talking stops and starts. Yeah, that's very good. And this is a bit weird because I wanted something sort of in the middle here, but they don't have that, so that's minus points. But otherwise, it's alright lah. Not bad. So yeah, thank you for checking out the stream. Thank you for being here, especially Jeff. Thank you for staying here to the end. Hope you have yourself a nice day, an amazing day, and I'll see you guys again sometime next time. お疲れ様です。